We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call. We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers.
Morning. What's the business? Slogan neighborhood Super Rig. Off in this thing. Welcome to What's the Business with Super Rig, the morning edition, where I just kind of go to look through my social media and shit and find stories. Dag it. It's my first curse. First curse of the day. The goal here is for me not to curse. All right. I need you guys to help me on that, okay? Today we'll be talking about the Minnesota Somali political person that got attacked yesterday. I didn't do no research before I started the show. And Trump's response to it, and then whatever the hell else I find, all right? We will be going into the chat later on, so don't be thinking I'm ignoring anybody or anything. We will be checking in on that chat, but for the most part, I'm going to be looking for stories to talk about and giving my thought processes on it, maybe doing some fact checking, and yeah, that's kind of going to be how the show works and stuff. So since this is the first version of the show, please be gentle, okay? Because I'm very sensitive. All right. So the first story we gonna look at is first place we gonna go is look at is TMZ, and TMZ is the first place that I saw the story about. I gotta learn how to pronounce these people's names. I really do. Omar had herself sprayed in a town hall attack. Now we go look at the first part of the story first before we get to that part. Let's see, where was that at? I think this was it. And this, wow, look at where we're coming across on. If you guys didn't know, we're gonna have to listen to a story about it because I do not want to get this person's name wrong. Let's find us a video. Hold on, let's go on here. Ah, she looked deranged. Look at that thug, that criminal. So sure it. Get him. I need to put him down. Put him down immediately. On Tuesday evening, Omar was standing at a podium speaking to a crowd during the town hall meeting when these people's names like this. Cashapp came out of nowhere and sprayed the politician with the unidentified brown liquid. Brown liquid? Minnesota police officers quickly jumped in and arrested Cashapp, with the entire incident being captured by TV news cameras. After being splashed with the liquid, Omar lunged at Cashapp and raised her fist at him, saying, in part, "These fucking assholes are not gonna get away with this." And this is what the fuck is that? I mean, what the gee whiz is that? The New York Times reports that the substance had a strong vinegar smell, and a photo shows a syringe, the syringe Cashapp allegedly used. Prior to the attack, Omar was calling for immigration and customs enforcement to be abolished amid growing tensions in Minneapolis following the shooting deaths of Renee Good and Alex Petty by federal agents. Is this the latest on the story? This was at 6:48 a.m. today. All right, let's see. I think it was a video of the attack. Let's see if we can find it. I still had it up from yesterday. Right.
Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar there attacked while speaking at a town hall event in Minneapolis Tuesday night. In the video, seconds after Omar calls on DHS Secretary Kristi Noem to resign, a man approaches her, sprays an unknown liquid on her with a syringe.
Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
CNN's Sarah Seidner was at that town hall. She saw all this happen. Sarah, what did it look like from your perspective?
Look, there was a lot of fear initially. People couldn't figure out what happened. He was towards the very front of all of the rows of people who had come to the town hall, which, by the way, she has monthly. We are in North Minneapolis. She had it at the Urban League.
You see how she ran up on him? She was about to steal on old buddy. Shout out to her for about to put hands on old buddy. That's how you supposed to do it. Well, not really though, because it actually in her stand she shouldn't have followed because it could have been like a trap to lure her in and stuff. She really needs some security, to be honest with you, like especially now. But shout out to her for being a G without security. But to be honest with you, if whole ass motherfuckers like DJ, god damn it, I gotta stop cursing. If bitch ass motherfuckers like DJ Academic, but it's who I'm talking about. If academics have security, she definitely needs security for real. Let's get back into it. And I'm learning the button count code thing and stuff. I'm sorry. Where is it? That button. Oh, okay, it's right here. All right, well, let's continue.
And as soon as he sort of jumped up and came towards her, it was interesting to note that as he went around the side, he had what looked like a syringe in his hand, some sort of liquid he sprayed out of it, and you could immediately smell it. It smelled kind of like vinegar, a vinegary substance. We still don't know exactly what was in that syringe. An investigation we now know is underway, but after he did that, Ilhan Omar herself, the congresswoman, went for him. She cocked her arm back, and it looked like she was going to lunge toward him, but before she had a chance to do that, her own security detail jumping on him, taking him to the ground, eventually wrestling his arms behind his back and taking him out of the vicinity so that he could be brought in by police. Ilhan Omar herself looked over. They were telling her security detail, I watched them talking to her saying, we need you to stop. We are concerned about what this is. We don't want you to continue. She says, no, I'm going to continue. I will not let anyone intimidate me. And she stood in front of the crowd that was still there, who clapped for her as she continued talking about
Who is this dude right here that got up? Oh, buddy right here in the sweatsuit.
Front of the crowd that was still there.
Hands all in the pocket. Was he supposed to be a photographer? I was about to say why you didn't defend her, but let's say he was a photographer. Why the hell your camera wasn't already out, buddy? You better be glad I ain't your boss. You be immediately fired. Up there, hands in the pocket, supposed to be doing photographer stuff.
Let anyone intimidate me, and she stood in front of the crowd that was still there, who clapped for her as she continued talking about the situation here when it comes to immigration. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of concern and there was fear among her staff about whether or not she was going to be okay. Alex?
Well, and then right after that, she spoke exclusively with you, Sarah. What'd she say?
Yeah, I just happened to pull my cell phone out after our photographer, Jerry Simonson, was focused on the person who was wrestled to the ground and being taken out. And I asked her simply if she was okay, and here's how she responded.
I'm not liking how they got old buddy. It should have been way more punches to the gut and the kidney. As y'all see, that was a very gentle takedown. Very gentle takedown. It should have been foot and ass. They need to do a better job.
Representative Omar, are you okay?
You know, I'm gonna go figure if I am, but I feel okay. I feel that it is important for people whether they are in elected office or not, to allow these people to intimidate us, to make us not fight for our constituents and for the country we love. And as I said, you know, I've survived war, and I'm definitely going to survive intimidation and whatever these people think they can throw at me, because I'm built that way.
Thank you.
I'm built that way. Her last words there as she went to the back, where she eventually began getting checked by medical staff. But yeah, this was a moment that did freak everyone out in the room, considering that just like many other members of Congress, Ilhan Omar has gotten threats. She's gotten death threats. But her staff tells me this is the first time that she's ever faced any kind of attack inside her own town halls, which she has regularly, like I said, once a month here. And we are standing here in North Minneapolis, where her constituents came to listen to what she had to say, and she was very pointed about what she feels is going on in her own community, and very clear that she wants ICE out. She wants Kristi Noem out, and she wants ICE to leave this community, because she says it is just breaking her community apart.
There were some Republicans who were quick to condemn the attack. Mike Lawler called it unacceptable. Mark Alford said while he disagrees with Omar, quote, these disagreements should never result in assault. And Nancy Mace says she was deeply disturbed. One Republican who did not seem worried about it, President Trump. Speaking to ABC News, he suggested without evidence that the attack was somehow staged, saying, quote, I think she's a fraud. I really don't think about that. She probably had herself sprayed, knowing her. The same president who just hours before had said this about Minneapolis.
We have Tom Homan there now. We put him in there. He's great. And they met with the governor, the mayor, everybody else, and we're going to de-escalate a little bit.
Joining me now in the group chat, Zach Wolf, CNN senior politics writer.
You think that this woman set herself up to be squirted on with a brown liquid? Really? That kind of looked like VO5 hot oil therapy. My mama used to use that stuff. That's what I thought it was once they showed the syringe, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it was. It was probably a biological weapon. But you are, the only reason you think that is because you staged a fake ass shooting. That's right. I called it fake. Why the fuck ain't nobody talking about your ear since then? No Band-Aid, no nothing, no, oh, you know, I've been senile because I almost, you know, got my head blew the fuck off. Never said anything else about that. We ain't heard nothing else about that. Ain't that peculiar? If his life had really been in danger, don't you think they would bring that up at every turn? But they don't. You know why? Shit was fake as fuck. All right? And that's right. Super said that shit. I'm pretty sure I got that email somewhere around here. And if it don't work, we'll get it working one day. Now, unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, I done lost the video. Oh, okay. Here you go right here. Talking about the shit. Who would set up some weak ass shit like that? Huh? Who? Damn this morning, man. Who would set up some bogus stuff like that? Sorry, it makes me curse. Let's listen to this guy right here talk.
Kristen Soltis Anderson, CNN political commentator and Republican pollster, and Antoine Seawright, Democratic strategist. Antoine, can I actually start with you? I don't know if you heard in your group chats or people in Democratic circles started talking about this last night.
Well, I did. America's not like this because Donald Trump is the president. Donald Trump is the president because America's like this. And believe it or not, there's some sick, deranged people out there who are celebrating online when members of Congress are attacked, when they're threatened, particularly visible figures like Ilhan Omar, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and others. And I think that we, as Americans, have to step back, but I also think leaders, starting at the presidency level, should always condemn these type things, because it cannot be good for them and not good for me. When the president was under attack, Americans came together to condemn it, and so the president...
I'm sorry. That dude was not under attack. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you doing the right thing saying it like that, but That's why I could never be on them news shows, because I would have said when the president was under attack, we all condemned, and then I'll be like, that motherfucker went where the goddamn camera at? Y'all really believe that motherfucker was under attack? Is camera 2 over there? Y'all believe that? Huh? Then it would have got all static and the camera would have shook. They would have kicked me the fuck off. But yeah, I don't believe it. But he doing the right thing, you guys. Also, just so you know, this is not your typical show. Frequently gonna be taking breaks, saying whatever the fuck I feel like during the thing. All right, just giving heads up, okay? Just want you guys to know that. All right, here we go.
Has to tone down the rhetoric, because we've seen January 6th is a direct result. When his language goes out, people respond to it.
Yes, although I think the argument was the attack on him and Butler was the result of rhetoric against him, how people had talked about him. Hold on, I want to play for you something, because Trump has, of course, dismissed the attack on Omar. She's a long-time sort of what's the word, villain, social media villain on the right. Here is what he had to say yesterday, and then I'm also going to take you back to 2019.
They have to show that they can love our country. They have to be proud. Not like Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage.
Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
I feel like
your whole fan base is full blown Nazis. What the heezy are you talking about?
On a panel, there's someone who says people love Trump for his punchy language, and are people, I think, is the public starting maybe a bit to sour as they see attack after attack and these sort of incidents on lawmakers?
I mean, I think in some ways it's a numbness rather than a cheering for it or a souring on it. It's just this is just like the toxic soup in which we live now. I think it's horrible. I'm glad that some Republicans came out and condemned it. I wish all of them would. Just like I thought it was reprehensible that the internet fever swamps had cooked up that there was some conspiracy theory when Donald Trump was shot in Butler. I think it's terrible that fever swamp.
Damn conspiracy. You seen the goddamn video, you woman? Conspiracy theory. But why he ain't never brought it up again? He the type of person that be like, oh, you remember when I almost got shot in the ear? He would have brought it up last night. But they don't want people going back looking at them videos. How it was strategically set up for him to have that strategic photo. And you know what? I'm glad people, you know what? I want people to keep bringing it up so people can ask and start actually talking questions, because he got attempted his life on. That shit was in the news cycle for one day, and then it was out of here.
And the president are cooking up conspiracy theories around this. I hope this man is investigated. I hope they throw the book at him, because when we have a culture where people who run for public office and are in the public eye are under threats of violence, and this, again, did start with Trump.
But isn't that...
Also, I want to point out something, you guys. This is what Beijing abuse looks like, all right? He Beijinged all up at the top. But since he a crazy lunatic thug, he didn't put none at the bottom. He Jim Jones at the bottom and Stephen A. Smith at the top. Let's continue.
A moment precisely when Trump should not say something like, hey, she probably faked it. I mean, it's been hours, like not even.
100%.
Okay, this brings me to the other thing, who they can feel like they can speak ill about and the limits of that. They came up against a hard limit with Alex Preddy, right, calling him a domestic terrorist after he died at the hands of ICE. Here is the president on Tuesday. You're going to hear a very different tone than what we heard from the administration over the weekend.
Do you agree with the assessment from some of your own officials that Alex Preddy is a domestic terrorist or an assassin?
Well, I haven't heard that, but certainly he shouldn't have been carrying a gun. But hey, look, bottom line, everybody in this room, we view that as a very unfortunate incident, okay? Right. Everyone, unless you're a stupid person.
I mean, I think you a stupid person, and that motherfucker got a red tie on. Dress up for the damn show.
A lot of people who would like to see fewer people carry guns in the country. A lot of them are not Republican voters. So when he says that kind of thing, when you go after somebody who is legally carrying a gun, something that's allowed in this country under the Second Amendment, very controversially for a lot of people.
Yeah, gun rights groups have already been talking about this the last couple of days.
You basically rip the rug out from underneath your base.
Damn shame world we live in. People ruining red ties for everyone. I looked hella cute with that damn red tie. My wife told me I did. Yeah, it's Trump. Any goddamn way. So yeah, that's some bullshit. All right. That attack on that woman was very effed up with whatever liquid that was. Sound like it might have been some vinegar from Long John Silver's, but why would you put it in a separate syringe? Also, with it being a Beijing person, it might have been a biological weapon. We can't rule that out. It was Beijing the hell out. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. You know what? I'll go to the comments after a segment. I'll do that. My tie fucked up, y'all. Damn. I fixed this button where the chats work. Let's see. Hey, allegedly Elise in the house. What's the business, allegedly Elise? What's talking? So tiny. There we go. Here we go. All right. I'm on time. Good morning, everyone. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up and the like so this live spreads. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be for real with you, allegedly at least. As I'm trying to iron out, figuring out these buttons and stuff, we don't want it to spread too far right now. Plus, I'm trying to stop down on this cursing, but they just be making me so damn mad. But thank you so much. You are a top-notch mod. Where is it right here? Also, I gotta figure out how to make all this shit the same size everywhere, because I'm always having to enlarge this. Making me upset. All right, here we go. It's up here as well. Shit I should have been doing last night, but I didn't. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, that's better. All right. That's good. What's the business, Royce? Who can't handle having to admit that she was brave and badass? She was kick ass. And to be honest, I'm not sure how Somali work. I don't know if Somali is what it is, but that was black mama as hell. Because that's how my mom would have handled it, how my aunties would have handled it, how my grandma would have handled it. That was just very relatable how she handled that situation. But she needs some security for sure. Definitely needs some security. What's the business, Eddie Ward? I thought I was the only one here. Yeah, I didn't think nobody was going to show up too, so I appreciate y'all. I resisted saying he made it on time. 10 worked out nicely on my day off. Hey, enjoy your day off, Ross. Royce, appreciate you stopping by. I don't care what your political beliefs may be. Any man who attacks a woman is a bump B who should be locked up so street justice can be carried out 100%. And I'm going to be honest with you. That was my problem with this right here. This should have been way much more of an ass whooping.
I hope this man is investigated. I hope they throw the book at him.
This was very trash. This was very trash. Very trash. I'll be firing everybody who was a part of that ass whooping. Because when Dave Chappelle when their old buddy had went up there and attacked Dave Chappelle, they like stumped him out. Like I think he had to go to the hospital afterwards. And don't mind this shirt, y'all. I got this shirt from Amazon, and it ain't tailored to fit me. That's why it's rinky dink and stuff. So I'm gonna get another shirt soon. Anyway, but yeah, that should have been an ass whooping out the wazoo. Very, very disappointed in how they handled that right there. Very, very disappointed. Let's see. Okay, I can make that larger here too. But I agree with you. Still haven't heard what it was. Just smelled bad. Yeah, they should have had the toxicology report back on that. I'm very curious to see what was in it, because it couldn't have been just nothing. It couldn't have just been no damn vinegar. He would have just walked through with a damn vinegar bottle. I would assume. The thing about it is, I'm hoping it's not anything crazy. I'm hoping it's not nothing crazy on some real stuff. I'm hoping it's not anything that could mess up internally. CNN don't need to know when to shut the hell up. At my church, you can't get close to our pastor because people have tried to grab him. We have Houston PD and security called watchmen. Why won't they do the same for these politicians? For real though, that is so crazy that it ain't securityed out up there. I'm not understanding that on any levels. That's the point, Alice. There are measures in place at churches that people don't even know about. I sure don't. I ain't know they had the watchmen up there. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got that nice and handy. Translation: she is just listening, and unless Super or us go off track, get it. Wait, Poison Ivy up here? Let me see. What's the business, Poison Ivy? What's up? I'm busy all day. Need to get some work done before my interview at 1:30. I'm listening as much as I can, but can't chat. Hey, I'm just glad you're here to give your support, and good luck on the interview, whether you are giving or the interviewer or E. Good luck on both of those. All right. My guess it was some type of hunting scent, predator urine. Oh. Not predator pee. Yes. But just as long as it ain't nothing, that could really make us sick or whatever, is what I'm hoping. What else is going on in the news today? Let's go to ABC. And I don't even know who to trust on the news no more, because they done all got bought out and stuff by the say. Really tripping. I don't even know who to trust no more, because all of the news outlets getting bought up and stuff by Trump super people, because he's suing these stations and they parent companies and stuff, so it's very hard to know where to really get some news. Let's go to AP, Associated Press. Hey. See, they say it's news without an agenda here, but y'all want me to support. Kind of looks like that's an agenda. That's agenda right there. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You need to put more ass on here. That's what the hell you need to do. 2 federal agents, officers fired shots during the encounter that killed Alex Petty, DHS tells Congress. 2 federal officers fired shots during the encounter that killed ICU nurse Alex Peretti over the weekend in Minneapolis. A Customs and Border Protection official told Congress in a notice sent Tuesday. While Ecuador's Minister of Foreign Affairs filed an objection saying immigration agents tried to enter the country's consulate in the city without permission. What? Wait. ICE tried to get into Ecuador? Oh, my bad. Y'all can't see it. I'm gonna have to fix this thing. That's crazy. Officers tried to take Peretti into custody, and he resisted, leading to a struggle, according to the notification of Congress obtained by the Associated Press. During the struggle, Border Patrol yelled, "He's got a gun," multiple times, the official said. Ain't that what they always say? I remember that South Park meme and stuff where they was like, "He's coming right for me." They was basically saying that's what they used. The police used to kill everybody, or hunters used to kill everybody as well. Border Patrol officer and CBP officer each fired Glock pistols, the notice said. Investigators from CBP's Office of Professional Responsibility conducted the analysis based on a review of body-worn camera footage and agency documentation, the notice said, which definitely don't trust that. Definitely don't trust that. The law requires the agency to inform relevant congregational committees about deaths in CBP custody within 72 hours. Separately, a man was arrested after he sprayed. Okay, we already watched that. Trump says we're going to de-escalate a little bit. The hell does that mean? Let me get this out the way so y'all can see this. The developments came after President Trump ordered border czar Tom Homan to take over his administration's immigration crackdown in Minnesota in the wake of Peretti's death, which was the second fatal shooting this month of a person at the hands of immigration law enforcement. By sending Homan to Minnesota, we're going to de-escalate a little bit, Trump said during an interview on Fox News' Will Cain show. That's significant since White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, when questioned repeatedly Monday about Homan's being dispatched to Minnesota, refused to say that doing so was an effort to calm down the situation. The president added of Homan, "Tom is as tough as he gets along with governors and mayors, even in Democratic areas." As he left the White House on Tuesday, the president was asked whether Petty's killing was justified. He responded by saying that a big investigation was underway. In the hours after Petty's death, some administration officials sought to blame the shooting on the 37-year-old intensive care nurse. Stephen Miller, Trump's deputy chief of staff, who had initially called Petty an assassin, issued a statement suggesting CBP officers in Minneapolis may not have been following protocol. What the hell do you mean may not have been following? Do they even have a protocol? Because they just hired any damn body. He said the Homeland Security Department's initial statement about that what transpired on Saturday was based on reports from CBP. Now, this is in Ecuador. A video of Ecuadorian consulate entry posted on social media shows a staffer running to the door to turn the Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents away, telling them this is the Ecuadorian consulate. You are not allowed to enter. One ICE officer can be heard by responding by threatening to grab the staffer if he touched the agent before agreeing to leave. Wait, this was at the U.S. Embassy?
Now to more on that situation playing out at the Ecuadorian consulate with federal agents trying to enter. A staffer got into a confrontation with at least one agent.
It's in Minneapolis. What?
Ecuador's Minister of Foreign Affairs filed a protest with the U.S. Embassy after that incident.
Let's go live to Brittany Ehrman with more on ICE trying to get into the consulate in Minneapolis tonight. Brittany?
Well, Kevin and Lindsay, this is the Ecuadorian consulate. It's closed right now, but we're working to find out why ICE agents were trying to enter. Consulate officials say they did not have permission to enter the building, and law experts say that could have serious consequences. Now, this incident happened at the Consulate of Ecuador, located on Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis. Video shared on social media shows a consulate staffer running to the door to turn the ICE agents away. The staffer can be heard saying, quote, "This is the Ecuadorian consulate. You're not allowed to enter." One ICE officer then responds, threatening to, quote, "grab the staffer if he touched the agent." Law experts tell us U.S. consulates and embassies are considered U.S. soil, but they are governed by international law. Experts added federal agents must have a judicial warrant or explicit permission from the consulate before entering.
This is unprecedented, and it's actually somewhat dangerous for ICE officials or officials from the Department of Homeland Security attempting to enter an embassy or consulate without authorization, but it also potentially has impact on diplomatic relations or international relations, in this case between the government of the United States and the government of Ecuador.
And in a statement, consulate officials say they immediately prevented ICE agents from coming inside to protect Ecuadorians who were inside at the time. We reached out to the Department of Homeland Security asking why ICE was trying to enter and if they had a judicial warrant. We're still waiting on that response. Live in Minneapolis tonight, Brittany Ehrman, 5 Eyewitness News.
Hi, Brittany, and questions we'll keep asking. Thank you.
This is crazy, but unfortunately is not surprising. I thought
we begin
they were
with
like
a measurable fact in America, right?
In Ecuador originally, but they were just, you know, in Minneapolis, but we can't be surprised by that, can we? They have been up there overrunning. Matter of fact, what is the type of warrant they supposed to have now, or that they are able to use? So they primarily use administrative warrants, which are signed by immigration officers, not judges, to arrest individuals for civil violations. While a 2025 memo suggests that these can be used to enter homes, legal precedent generally requires judicial warrant for forced entry. Let's see what the official shit say, which they just updated. How you just gonna be making new rules every day? What happens if someone resists? Why does ICE arrest people, and do they need a warrant? This is the first thing they put on here, y'all. And this is at ice.gov. ICE officers and agents are on the streets every day prioritizing public safety by locating and arresting and removing criminal aliens and immigration violators from our neighborhoods. So first they start off with indoctrination. They start off with trying to program you instead of just coming with knowledge, because that's what the fuck .gov is supposed to come with. Just give me the information. Don't come in here trying to program my brain. ICE does not need judicial warrants to make arrests. See, this should be the first sentence. Actually, this should not be a sentence at all. This should not be a sentence. ICE does not need judicial warrants to make arrests. Like all other law enforcement officers, ICE officers and agents can initiate consensual encounters and speak with people, briefly detain aliens when they have reasonable suspicion that the aliens are illegally present in the United States. What is a reasonable suspicion? How you gonna know if somebody illegal or not without just, at minimum, have just a conversation? And arrest people they believe are they believe, not that are, because for it to be that are, that means they will have a printout of people who are that is running from incarceration, that escaped jail for being illegal. They will have like concrete evidence, and then go on that. But it doesn't appear that they're doing that. ICE officers and agents can also detain and search people crossing the border. Why the hell y'all not just at the border? Have you ever thought about that? All aliens who violate U.S. immigration law are subject to arrest and detention regardless of their criminal, All aliens who violate U.S. immigration law, but y'all just up here said y'all removing criminal aliens. Y'all say, I guess that's what prioritizing is supposed to mean, but it says, no, ICE officers and agents are on the streets every day arresting and removing criminal aliens. But how are you violating U.S. immigration law? How are you arresting and detention people when your primary focus is being criminal? And what is a violation of you? What those with final orders? So I guess they saying if they catch somebody doing a crime, then they can arrest and detain them. But this basically is just a big wide open to do whatever the hell they want to. Is really what this is. Those with final orders of removal are removed from the United States. Do ICE officials need to show warrants in public? ICE law enforcement officers cannot show the warrants they are executing to people who aren't named or involved. So if somebody answered the door, whoever is in that house is automatically involved. Like, if you knock on somebody's door and I answer it, I might not be on that paperwork, but since you come to my house now, I am involved. So why are y'all putting this in here? Often, law enforcement sensitivities and privacy concerns require officials to keep this information under wraps. That is some bullshit. If you're looking for specific information, you may make a Freedom of Information Act request. What administrative warrants does ICE use? ICE uses two types of civil administration warrants. Form I-200 warrants authorize ICE to arrest people suspected of violating immigration law. What? I gotta see what are violations? What is unlawful entry, visa overstay, unlawful presence, illegal re-entry, marriage fraud, document application fraud, unauthorized employment, and employer violations. I gotta be very honest, y'all. And I'm pretty sure we all thinking the same damn thing. Give a damn about nobody staying over. I remember I was in Germany for a little while, and I was just really hung out. I wouldn't have filled out no paperwork or nothing. I would have been paying taxes over there. At that time, I probably would have been adding to the population if I had hung around there and stuff. I would have been a net positive over there, and there's a lot of net positive here. I have not been offered any good prices on lawn care since Trump got in office. This is really some bullshit. And what American would really want this unless you just hate people in general? I'm talking about just hate people in general. America is the land of immigrants. We are the melting pot. Going door to door is dumb. Take y'all asses on the border, go to the border, and stop. If you want to stop illegal, stop motherfuckers from coming in that way. People that's already got here, if they ain't committing no real crimes, like out here hurting, harming people, I don't know what's the problem. Because I like my workers undocumented. And so do these big ass companies. That's what's crazy about this. Half of these folks that's here were brought here by corporations like Tyson and other. They was paying people to bring cheap labor in here. They don't talk about that though, but that's the backbone of our agriculture and a lot of factory work and stuff here. These big corporations, big farms as well, because we don't. I've never heard anybody tell their child, "Yo, I want you to go to school, work hard, so you can pluck chickens at the best of your capability. I'm gonna pay for you to go to college, so that you can be the best farmer, personnel ever." Never. We don't train or even want our children doing certain jobs here. And so those jobs are being filled, which nobody, when they say they taking our jobs, that's not what it's talked about here, because that's not what we do. We don't train for that here. We don't aspire for that for our children. Ain't nobody said soon as they came through and started taking certain jobs. And the only reason I'm bringing these jobs up because these are the ones where it really do be illegals and stuff. You can't really get a corporate job illegally and stuff unless you got some very good counterfeit paperwork. And if anybody knows anybody that has some good counterfeit paperwork, I'm not saying I want it. And I'm not saying I need it or anything. I'm not saying send me who you know who got it, that could get some type of European paperwork done. I'm not saying send that information to me at all, and can get like dual citizenship stuff. Don't send that to me. That's bad. But this is some goddamn bullshit. What else is going on in here? See, Ray J says 2027 is definitely a wrap for me. Ray J about to die? Ray J says his health is failing and doctors aren't even sure he'll live to see 2027. What? Is this Ray J being Ray J, or is he being dead serious right now? And I'm about to do something real quick, because me looking over at the screen while I'm on that side just look weird to me. And y'all know I'm still fixing shit, trying to make shit a little bit better every day. The rapper took to social media. Rapper? Y'all, come on, TMZ. Y'all know this nigga ain't no goddamn rapper. What the hell? This is ChatGPT. Took to social media to directly address his fans after his recent hospitalization, telling them point blank 2027 is definitely a wrap for me, while waving his hands in front of his throat like he's telling someone to cut the music. Ray J reveals his heart is only operating at 25%, with doctors giving him a short time to live. He says his heart is mostly black. I effed up my shit. His friends try to argue with him, telling him to stay positive, but Ray J just replies by saying that that's what the doctors told him.
For me. No, don't say that, brother. 2027 is definitely a wrap for me. No, don't say that, brother. Don't say that. That's what the doctor said. The doctor. No, don't say that. Because when you say that, you're confirming what the doctor said. That's what Jay said. I don't know. Fuck them. Fuck what they said, brother. You're going to live long. Guess what? You're going to live long to see your children grow up. Yes. Nobody ever told you this. You're going to live long to see your children grow up. Have children, too. Real shit. Nah, nigga. What doctor tell you your time is done? No. Fuck that. Your name is done. My heart up on the right side right here. It's like black. It's like done. He's bringing me coconut water and telling me I gotta go to Haiti and do some voodoo, which I think I'm going to Haiti, because I think Haiti and my Haitian, they got the cure. So I'm going to Haiti like in like 2 weeks, and I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna do everything, but I fucked up, like. You know why? Because I thought I was a bigger, like I had more weight.
It sounds like Ray J being Ray J to me. Maybe telling the truth about the 25% and all of that, but someone he brought up, I'm going to the Haiti for the hoodoo. I'm trying to. I want to feel like this is serious, but Ray J. This is what happens when you play too much. This is what happens when you play too much. And I'm a victim of this myself. I have fallen victim to folks not believing some shit I done said because of how I say stuff, or I might throw a joke in there that be on some stuff that most people wouldn't throw no joke in there on. No, so he might be telling the truth. However, I don't like feeling like I'm getting played. So I will always err on the I won't believe somebody I feel like is playing before I believe them. Even if I see them on fire and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm on fire. I'm like, might be AI real life fire or something. Cause you do be trolling. So if somebody else throws some water on you and it go out, then I believe you and I'll be like, man, my bad. I thought she was bullshitting. But let's continue. Let's continue. You done already threw one joke in there. But let's see if he continues with it.
I thought I was a bitch, so I'm like, I can handle all the alcohol, like I handle all the Adderall, like I handle all the drugs, I can handle everything, but I couldn't. And it curved my time here. It curved all my time here. You know what I'm saying? I fucked myself real bad. I didn't think so though. I'm like boiling around like this, like damn, like yo, I'm going so hard. I'm on like 4 or 5 bottles a day, 10 Addies. I'm like, ain't nothing happening to me. I'm indestructible. The joke's on me. Take care of yourself, y'all. All done, burn me, don't bury me. Oh. It's serious. I gotta do one more checkup tomorrow. My mama and my daddy coming to pick me up tomorrow. And they're gonna take me to the checkup, but shout out to my mom and daddy and shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Brandy for looking out for me. She paid my bills for me. For the rest of the year. My sister paid my bills for the rest of the year. That's crazy.
I ain't gonna front, that make it sound kind of real. I'm gonna be honest. Look, Brandy paying his bills for the rest of the year. I don't know why he would just toss that out and it be lying about that part of it. So I don't know. But if that is the case, I've been reading my books. Matter of fact, I got an addition to that book. Okay, so somebody is exiting this realm. I don't look at it as a bad thing. So happy homegoing. If that is the case, Ray J. If not, stop playing with folks, please. Stop playing with people. It's not cool. Let's see. What else is going on? We talked about J. Cole yesterday. We'll be talking about that tonight on the Struggle Stream, so I'll save that for later. I talked about it on the membership over at the Struggle Stream though as well. Why people view Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship so differently and more positively than Cardi B and Stephon Diggs' relationship. Oh, that's real easy. Stephon and Cardi B's is that's a revenge rebound relationship. That's why. And she brought a whole revenge baby into this under the guise of love. But I don't think nobody look at her stuff as negative, though. She just got a lot of drama. Both of them got a lot of drama surround. She's still married. Okay? Still married to Offset. And he has accusations of drugging men, riding around in Miatas or two-seaters with them, and then allegedly sticking tongues in ears, pulling out wangs. So it's not nobody looking at it negatively. What Taylor Swift is weird looking in white, and Travis Barker, whoever he is, it's just weird looking in white. See how I ain't got no stories for them? This is one of the few times I got to be like, nah, this ain't got nothing to do with race. It's got to do with what's really going on around them stores. Also, you need to holler at what's his name, Charlemagne, and get some of that get some of the even that out. 'Cause your face look like marble cake. Let's see what else. Now we go click on this to see what this broad got to say about it.
I'm in the Aston doing donuts. I will kill the game.
Oh my God, my boy say he's in the Aston doing donuts.
In retrospect, my respect was a Power Ranger high note, tumbling backwards into a karate kicking high note. My innocence will eventually.
This nigga doing the most.
Definitely saving that for later tonight. Talk about On a Struggle. Adam 22's wife, Lena the Plug, was spotted with the guy who knocked him out just day. What you mean spotted? This is all some setup stuff. I swear, dude. I swear I don't like them. Let's go back over to the real news. TikTok users are deleting the app as uninstalls are up 150% over the past 5 days following Larry Ellison's takeover of the platform, as it should, because he looks like a real-life evil villain. I took it off for all three of my phones. Y'all know I ain't even no TikTok person like that, but I ain't even want the app on my phone, like, period, after that. And the actual rules and changes they made to it is very crazy. We'll dig into that. But first, let's see this. Candace Owens released leaked audio from Turning Point USA in which Erika Francis Kirk is heard giggling and cheerfully discussing attendance figures, merchandise sales, and performance metrics from Charlie Kirk's memorial event just 11 days after his death. Well, duh. What? This ain't no miraculous news. Of course she was excited about that. She went on a whole WWE intro tour. Fireworks, CGI background stuff, all sorts of stuff. Let's listen to this stuff.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane.
She wanted to say pull off the assassination of well, not even assassination, just the public murder of the century is insane. That's what she wanted to say. That's why she had that pause.
We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think
that is insane. This shit just happened not too long ago, and this was 11 days after his death. My mom's passed. I was I'm talking about I can even say regular sentences, much less when my wife passed. Somebody you breathe the same air as, share children with, you over there excited about some damn numbers. But who's surprised about this? Nobody. We all knew that she was full of BS. Let's see. How was iced tea? Don't nobody care about that. It says Trump apparently does not understand what shall not be infringed mean. No, I didn't lose my mind in a boating accident. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed, and then infringe. To infringe on a right is to reduce, restrict, or undermine. So now the gun owners is hopping up out of here because they can't have their guns, since he is like, he shouldn't have had a gun. Let's hear what this dude got to say. I'm not sure what his political affiliation is or not. Apparently, well, if he got this painting that he got from Marshall's back here, American flag, pretty sure he is mag it out. But let's hear him.
Bet you didn't see this. So yesterday I posted this tweet right here by President Trump, and the amount of crap I got. Now, granted, everybody told me it was a fake tweet and that's why they were coming after me. They were losing their mind, like, oh, you're sharing false information. You're just hating, blah, blah, blah. And so first of all, I took it down because even though I don't get it right all the time, I do try my best to only share truth. But yeah, I don't get it right every time. And to all those people, just want you to watch this clip right here.
Do you agree with the assessment from some of your own officials that Alex Preddy is a domestic terrorist or an assassin?
Well, I haven't heard that, but certainly he shouldn't have been carrying a gun. Very, very unfortunate incident. I don't like that he had a gun. I don't like that he had 2 fully loaded magazines. That's a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, so then you would think like someone probably said something to him and they were like, oh, dude, what are you doing, right? No. He doubled down.
With that being said, you can't have guns. You can't walk in with guns. What about the Second Amendment?
It's so crazy to me because like they don't care about none of the stuff about people actually being hurt, unjustly arrested or murdered or anything. It's just not having the guns. This him saying he ain't like old buddy having guns is what's making them want to flip the table over. And I had a conversation. I'm gonna talk about this on the membership last night. I had a conversation about people starting to see him for what he is, but for different reasons. And some of them reasons gonna be like, that's not the reason we like. They turning on or they upset about shit that ain't what should be mad about. However, I like seeing them start to be like, oh, but he ain't for the shit we with either, or I like seeing their brains start frying and shit. So we go see. I want to see where he say. And 9 times out of 10, he MAGA. He could be like, but I'm still gonna follow him anyway. I just hope somebody can teach him. He could probably go see some dumbass shit like that. But let's see.
Walk in with guns. You can't do that, but it's just a very unfortunate incident. What about the Second Amendment, sir?
I've seen a lot of MAGA people who are basically supporting this, right? Who are literally speaking out against Alex Preddy having a firearm and carrying it lawfully. Oh, but he was carrying 2 mags. What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but you're being told it does because it's an easy way to put conditions on your freedom. Oh, but he shouldn't have been carrying a gun at a protest. Are we kidding right now? Are we really, is this a joke? I spoke on this a little bit yesterday, but I'll just say it one more time. The more that you continue to put conditions on your own freedom, right? Oh, well, he can carry, it's okay to carry, but, or yeah, he shouldn't have been carrying because of this, this, and this, right? Or he can carry as long as he doesn't blank. All of those things that you guys are saying and agreeing with and just kind of yes, nodding your head and saying sure, 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 sure to the administration and the authority above you, you are putting conditions on your own freedom. And if you don't think these people are going to use those conditions against you, you are insane. Shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. There is no but. There is no under these circumstances or only if this. They're censoring speech more on multiple social media platforms. That's been rolling out for the last few months. All the same things are happening in this country that seem to happen in other countries before there's a massive crackdown on not only speech, but on the freedoms of the citizens. And one thing that's separating us from these other countries that have been completely overrun is the ability to carry a firearm. It's the ability to exercise our Second Amendment. Some of you have been completely cooked by the propaganda and the manipulation and this tribalism of your side that you cannot see your own freedoms being attacked and being slowly taken away from you. By the way, I carry every single day, everywhere I go, and I carry multiple magazines, and the amount of things I have in my truck alone, does that make me a domestic terrorist? I'm asking all the MAGA influencers out there and all the people that seem to be so outspoken about the Second Amendment now and the way it should or shouldn't be exercised. Am I a domestic terrorist? But you probably think that that question's irrelevant, right? Like, why are you asking me that? Why does it matter? You're not Alex Pretty. You're not the guy that was in the street obstructing justice and obstructing a operation or whatever else these people are telling you. Why does that matter? You're not that person. Not yet. But did you or I decide what was the operation or what was considered obstructing justice or obstructing the operation or doing whatever it is that they've said that Alex was doing at that moment with his phone filming in the middle of the street? Did you or I determine what that was? Interesting how that works, huh? Oh, and to the left, do you get it now or not yet? Still no? Okay. But hey, I'm just a conspiracy theorist.
I don't know what side he on. He went at both sides, whatever. Y'all know how I feel about this shit. But yeah, so to all the gun nuts that is Trump tards, as they like to say, y'all's rights are being taken away. Y'all thought just rights was gonna be gone. That's what y'all thought. Y'all thought just these right. You thought the Black Ranger was gonna get kicked out, and y'all was gonna be able to just have the Green and White Ranger and Red Ranger and Blue Ranger in there, and get rid of the Yellow Ranger as well. That's what y'all thought. But no. The rhetoric that he was saying that y'all thought was going to be specifically for us is for all. Because that's the whole point. This wasn't just about racism. They used y'all's racism in order to be able to say we're going to oppress everybody. We are going to put in a regime of dictatorship over everyone. Because these cities are being occupied. Y'all rooting and yay, they in the city. That's occupation by our government. Do y'all not see that? And now you got the president saying, yeah, having protection for yourself, that's bad. You're a domestic terrorist. Y'all thought it wasn't gonna come to you. Y'all really thought this is who y'all was rooting for, was for the good of this country. I'm pretty sure he's saying that he don't even know what amendments are. This is Trump we talking about. All he know is people call him the president and it make him feel like he's somebody. That's it. But he's nothing but a puppet for the Heritage Foundation and all them other motherfuckers. All the other big black money that nobody ever know the names of. But the names y'all do know, they just puppet in there. But you know what? I'm gonna applaud. He shitting on the people around shit on him. Let's see what is his allegiance. Does he have allegiance to anything? He said he a patriot, not a loyalist. Let's see. Strange. Mike Huckabee says he can prove Epstein's international child trafficking network had nothing to do with Israel or Epstein. That is very specific things to say. All right, Ian, I'm not mad at you. I apologize for assuming that you were a Trumpster just based off this painting. She got it, Ross. It's definitely American flag. Nobody really doing no type of art with that. That's not mass produced. I'm just saying. That shit was made in China. Let's see. All right, you breaking down that sleeper shit. Don't nobody care. Judge Joe Brown says Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC twice, and it led to false accusations. I'm gonna say this. We're gonna say this for the night. We're gonna talk about this on Struggle Stream. This is one of Rick's favorite jokes to say. And a lot of us, I believe this shit. Don't nobody believe all of them motherfuckers that came up. Handful of them, yes. I believe it did occur a few times, and once is too many. However, the whole bunch of stuff just came out of nowhere. And as upset we can be about certain things like the pound cake speech or whatever people may have, Bill was a very influential. I parent my children based on not only just my parents, but the Cosby Show. Like, it's speeches I say from the Cosby Show. He had hella educational shows growing up. And if you go back and look at a whole bunch of other stuff, he was always going up against white folks for us and stuff. So I kind of believe it. I'm not kind of believe it, but yeah, that makes sense. I do feel like he was targeted. I do feel like he did put some jelly beans, and I think he put that all up in her drink and she ain't know it a couple of times, though. I do feel like that, but I believe the majority of the times they was like, hey Bill, you got some more of that stuff, you ain't even know it. That was so great. I got the best sleep of my life. I do think they happened a couple of times, because back in the 70s and the 80s and shit, that was the best time to be on drugs. Folks was doing all the drugs. It was Quaaludes, and all of the other great stuff that I don't even think they manufacture it no more. So, with that being said, Joe Brown too, he be on some other stuff when he talk about other stuff, but he one of them people where, you know, I can disagree with him, but he do be saying some real stuff sometimes as well. So, Lauren LaRosa says she can't even look at the mentions on her Twitter because of Barb's attacks and Drake fans for not reporting certain things. We'll talk about that tonight. Charlamagne says he's definitely taking shots at Drake, especially on the Cut the Tough Guy image bars. Possibly. We will go into that later on. Yeah. And I said that last night. I think he was talking to Drake on a few things. I did. Let's go to Instagram, see what's over there. See what stories is popping off. So they spreading this stuff about Lil Mama. Y'all see how the ICE folks is getting all crazy with how they talking? And peep the accent. Peep the accent.
What? You know? I will tell you this, brother. What? You know? I will tell you this. You raise your voice, I raise your voice. If I raise my voice, you'll erase my... Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Are you serious? You said if I raise my voice, you'll erase my voice? Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will tell you...
You know they looking for you, buddy. That's probably why you went and signed up for it. Because you was like, well, if I got it on, they ain't gonna come find me. But one day, you gonna be in the house and you gonna be done just took off that vest. Just took it off. And your door go kick in. Free speak. And they go ice your ass. And really, who you walking around with can't wait to get you. They can't wait to get you. Now, I use that slur for the joke, but you got any complaints about it, you can definitely send it down here. I use the N-word too much for me not to use the other ones. All right, just want to put that out there, just in case you're upset. Moving on.
That's when that.
Chingy admits he almost stopped taking photos with the LGBTQ fans after Sidney Starr used a picture to fake a trans relationship. Some of these dudes actually look like girls. Yeah, it was pretty fast rap for you, Chingy. I'll never forget that. But like he said, Sidney was one of the first ones that was tricking a bunch of people. People didn't know, and I think a lot of people was upset that they felt that they got tricked, and they took it out on you, Chingy. Let's hear what he has to say.
09. That's when that 09 situation happened with the person lying on me.
Yeah.
And so that rough patch got a little more rougher.
The 09 situation is when the trans dude lied and said he had some relations with you or whatever, and that was proven to be false.
I like how Willie D was sitting there trying to make sure he didn't go off the rails with, like, make sure he was in the right constraints and not being disrespectful.
Yeah. But how did you handle that person though? Because I know you know it came out and he eventually said that he lied and all of that stuff. But how did you deal with that? Like, did you go after him legally or anything?
So how I dealt with that, actually I didn't go after the individual legally, but had somebody around me who was supposed to be a friend that practiced law that didn't even say to go after them legally. Keep in mind, I'm still young-minded. I don't really know a lot of things, and so that's when that. So, but my main thing was I'm thinking like, ain't nobody gonna believe that. I ain't getting nobody no reason to believe nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think a lot of people who wanted it to be true because it was outlets that was talking about it and talking to that individual. And I ain't never heard nobody be like, well, let's get Chingy on the phone. Let's call up Chingy. And these are radio personality people that I didn't hung out with, that I knew. And the Breakfast Club, like Envy and Angela Yee. I used to do interviews and stuff with them all the time. Hang out with them in clubs, everything. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, why ain't none of these people call me up to see my take on this?
Game fake. You can't trust none of these Mickey Figgies.
And I took it as everybody wanted it to be true, but they allowed that individual on there, and they gave that individual a platform to speak about it on so many platforms. So me, sticks and stones break bones, but words that never hurt me. I know myself. See, this is the thing. A lot of people out there don't know them. So, but my main thing with them as energy beings, I know myself. I know who I am. I know that ain't true. I know that eventually that's going to pass by. And eventually the individual told the truth, it came out. Now, by the time they told the truth, it came out, damage done.
Yeah, because that was like how many years of damage?
Somebody will still say something about that today.
Yeah.
It's pretty much over with today, for real.
But you still have somebody
But you still got somebody to say something.
Yeah.
It's been so many people that have DM'd me and hit me on social media apologizing for believing that. But the damage was done. I had a MasterCard, credit card deal, like with my own MasterCards, man. I was finna sign to Interscope.
That was a blessing in disguise, because it was gonna be some predatory rush card type situation. So that was a blessing. I know you was gonna get a bag, but you was gonna screw over a lot of low income people. So I'm kind of glad for that one.
I was on LA on yachts and shit, eating fruit with these people, talking about album deals, and I had a lot going on at that time. And all that, boy, when that hit, as gone. And there's people today, some of these dudes, and wearing these actually looking like girls sometimes. Somebody took a picture of me being nice to a fan who came up and was excited to meet me and saying how much of a fan they was and just wanted a picture because they love my music and stuff. And I took the picture. And they based the 2-year relationship line off of that. So what I did was I was finna stop taking pictures with homosexual individuals. And nothing against them, but I thought like that's what they gonna do.
You didn't want to be compromised.
Didn't want to be compromised at all. But then you know what type of individual I am? I said to myself, all of them didn't do that to me. They don't deserve that.
Right.
And so I still took pictures with homosexual people when they wanted to take a picture with me, because that's gone. And there's people today, that's the type of heart I got.
I ain't go front. I didn't think y'all see these 50,000 dots down here. I really didn't think I was gonna make it through 2 of them, but I kind of want to see how it's gonna land.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I ain't gonna stop being me because somebody decided to be evil.
Right.
That's gonna come back on them.
You know, I can absolutely relate to that.
I see a lot of
Thank y'all for cutting off Willie D in that part. Thank you so much.
Artists who turn these people down who want autographs. I've seen a lot of artists turn kids that's 6 down, like little kids. I've seen artists actually turn down little kids, and these artists be highly successful. But I've watched them not want to take pictures with kids, turn down kids, get their security to get like little kids. Though I'm watching this shit, I'm like, damn, how do they do that? Like, how you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just a little 6-year-old girl. Like, how did you just do that? But then somebody will go, we take a picture with somebody and they lie on us. We get all this drama. That's the time.
Because when I first came out, I had the thing with Chingy.
You destroyed his life.
No,
for fun.
Adam, no, I didn't. People don't really understand.
So I want to act like I'm good when I'm really bad.
Life or career.
Oh, Ray J right there. How long ago was this? I got tricked into watching Adam 22. Hey, look at Eddie Winslow. I'm Eddie on some real stuff, Eddie. Please be on cocaine. Please. Because the moves you've been making very lately, they sober ones. Damn.
It was just something. I was very young at that time. I was only 19.
But he got glasses on in the studio and stuff, and his hair looked like he got a Duke in it. So I'm pretty sure he on cocaine. I'm pretty sure we safe to say he's on cocaine. That's good to hear. That's good to know. I'm relieved.
Shout out to Chingy.
I wasn't even 21 years old yet when that happened. I was young-minded. I started my transition at 15. I'm gonna be real. I was young. I was 19. I was a backup dancer. You know a lot about that, Amber. We being backup dancers. So I was working for a show that was with Shauna the rapper, DTP. No, not DTP. God damn it. Shauna getting some head. Shauna.
Timberland.
Yeah. No.
Wasn't Shauna?
Ludacris.
She was the one in Ludacris's group. Oh, yeah.
So I was working with her. I was on tour. And Chingy opened up for one of the shows.
Oh, if they was the backup dancers and getting how many videos? Gosh, oh my gosh. What if the tip drill video is full of a lot of tips?
And I always had a big crush on Chingy. So the thing was, I wanted to get a picture, and because when I first came out, he was very welcoming.
And then you posted it in live to the world and told everyone you fucked him.
Meaning Chingy was very welcoming and taking a picture with somebody who was admiring him for his craft and for his talent as an artist.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what happened was, I was only 19 years old, so people were in my ear saying, Sid, you got to do something with this because you're a trans woman. They're not going to pay no attention to you. This was, mind you, 2010. Trans women were not being looked at for anything. I was the first trans woman to hit the scene on Warstar Hip Hop, Media Takeout. It was only me and one other trans woman. And her name, I'm going to say her name. Should I say her name? Amaya Scott. Just me and Amaya Scott. That was it.
Which coincidentally, you guys.
I was the one that was really taking.
It was Maya Scott. Right. What was they in? Housewives. Daniel. I done seen before. Oh, wow. It's technology, man. This technology is crazy. Let's continue.
The Harriet Tubman role. I was fighting for the trans women at that time.
By lying and destroying another black man.
No.
Yes.
No, Adam. No one was talking about. I actually made the world start talking about him again. But I became a warm-hearted, good.
No, because this was right after Jackpot, and you had made everybody be like, wait, what? That he fell off by then? Maybe, but you said that like we was talking in a good way. We was like, damn, Chingy, wow, really?
Person in my soul.
Now we know what you really meant by right there. It's talking about something else. That's what you made everybody start thinking.
I apologized. I made a video on World Star Hip Hop and apologized.
But what did you do? But what did you do to?
I tried to make things right.
But no. But what did you do to make things wrong?
Took a picture with him and lied and said she had sex with him.
Got it.
No.
Got it. Well, I just wanted to. I wanted to be clear.
I don't like that. I don't like that. The thing was, I made a mistake. I'm only human, and I would never do no bullshit like that ever again.
What did you do?
I didn't do nothing, Ray.
Got it.
Nothing.
Okay,
because I ain't gonna lie.
AJ funny.
That shit really pisses me off, Adam.
What?
I didn't know how.
People never let it go. But my thing is, let me live. Let me have my career. They won't leave me alone like Michael Jackson. Leave me alone with that Chingy shit. Let me live. I'm a human being. I made a mistake.
They have making. They're making
a mistake.
So
and I'm on a good road now.
Are you guys?
I actually made.
Getting in this business and understanding all the BS that can come with this business, far as untrue rumors and just how it be shady characters, whether they artists or executives in this business, and who can tend to try to derail your career and sabotage. Now it's a lot of stuff that go with this stuff, and in that aspect, for us the shady business, I don't appreciate all that. You know what I mean? But far as the music and selling millions of records and having radio hits, I feel like I did a great deal with that.
All right, so you talk about the shady rumors, the false rumors, Sidney Starr. That's been well documented at this point.
When that happened, I lost a lot of stuff based off a lie, which was that was the most oddest thing I've ever.
Wait, we go listen to the same shit he told Willie D earlier.
Same, and man, people, when it so-called went away, which it took years to blow away. Man, ain't nothing good happened from that for me. I'm gonna tell you that. When an artist such as my caliber, who sold millions of records, was once one of the biggest artists in the world, they look at that different. If they not seeing you at these award shows all the time, on the radio all the time, they like, well, where's he at? What's wrong? But what was wrong was a lot of sabotaging and bull crap in this industry.
You guys never really made up, did you? Like, you accepted her apology, but you kind of kept it moving.
Yeah. There's to be honest with you, man, like, it was spilt milk, and I lost a lot from it. That person gained. I'm not gonna hold on to something. It is what it is. Apologize, cool. I'm going this way. Let that.
Spilt milk. Strange choice of words she chose there, Chingy. Just saying.
Individual do they think, and a lot of stuff, man. But that situation, that hurt my career. Like, I'm just gonna be honest about it. It really did. With that being said, what inspired New Beginnings is I'm a guy who looks to nature for a lot of answers. And when I say that, just like the cycle of winter going into summer, and things die in the winter, but they be reborn in the spring, and you see it being vibrant, it's living again, but it's a constant process. So with human life, I go through things, you go through things, but guess what? It's gonna come a time where we're gonna be back vibrant and we're gonna be back going, and that's one of them times now. You know what I'm saying? For me, and so nature gives me inspiration, and so Friday on the 19th, I'm dropping New Beginnings. And
I was waiting for I was like, all right, get to the goddamn album drop. Please. Please.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a picture. All right. Let's see what y'all talking about in the chat on this. Cause I hope it's good. The album, Chingy was right there was super popping. Very great song. The Holiday Inn song, I didn't care for it too much, but then One Call Away, that was my shit though. That One Call Away. Shout out to Jason Weaver for doing a good singing job on that too. Y'all should have just dropped the whole duet album, dog. And the Bringing Me Back song with Tyrese. Y'all should have made a group like LG, what was that name? It was Keith Sweat, Gerald Levert, and TWG. It was one more person in there and shit. And they had that Johnny Gill, that's who it was. Y'all should have did a super group like that, dog. But missed out on a good opportunity, man. Missed out on a good opportunity. Let's see. I'm about to scroll back up. Let's see where we at. I really wish states would adopt the statement Arizona's AG made. Any citizen using force against ICE will be treated under the stand your ground law. Yes, facts. Because ICE, they just, and I to be very honest with you, I don't know if y'all watch South Park, but Mr. Mackey ended up getting fired from his job. He needed a new job, and he ended up working for ICE just because they had the crazy bonus. He was in big debt. He ain't really believe in, what they stand for, but he just needed some money. I believe a lot of people got recruited under that ain't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't really about that. Of course, you got your Proud Boy folks in there, and then you got your other folks in there, but a lot of them folks just did it because they got finessed into it, and now we all just gotta hate all their guts and stand our ground because they getting indoctrinated by the Proud Boy folks in there and the other folks, sadly. And sad state of affairs, man. Sad state of affairs. Now I'm thinking about it. I should have signed up and got that bonus and then did a no call, no show and never went back but kept the money. Because I don't think those got rid of anything tracking anything, so I would have got away with it because they stupid. The Ways and the AG Wise is at the 10 Walls and AG need to make it known ASAP for the stake of their citizens. True. Blows my mind people are okay with the 4th Amendment violations, detentions, failing to leave private property when told, warrantless search, and now even guns. Because they got us, the divide happened. They got us on some left, right shit, but that's what while everybody was, or while they had their fan base arguing on some dumb shit, by the time they pulled everything, now they stuck. Because, the MAGA folks can't admit they wrong, and they can't admit that they getting screwed over. So they'll just try to cop pleas for their freedoms and rights being taken. And they knew that. Them folks knew they could pull the wool over their eyes. While everybody else the whole time was like, you do know you putting yourself in the cage right now. You think you putting other folks in the cage. But they know it's messed up. But most, like 99% of them, will never be able to admit it out their mouths. You know what? It is this clip, and it was a clip I showed yesterday, but let me see if I can find this one clip because I'm trying to find some clips of some okay, that's to go viral and stuff. Clips of them folks jewelsing. I don't know if you know what that means, but steady trying to people ask them a question about some wrong stuff Trump doing, and then they just be like, oh, well, you can't turn me against him. And they be like, well, what if he do XYZ? And then they just kind of be stuck, and they be like, well, and I'm trying to get some of them clips and make a good montage of them. And I know somebody else done probably done it. And it's probably on TikTok, but I'm not taking my ass back on there. So we'll never know. Let me see if I can find this one clip. Let's see. Get logged into my Instagram real quick. Code. The right code. Don't use it damn. Oh, okay, that's the code right here. I know I saved it under one of these accounts. I know I saved it. Let's see. Hopefully it's under this one. She was real crunchy. Waffles, this right here. Epstein. I really think I lost it. I thought I had shared it with myself. It makes me upset because it was a good one too. Them folks be sounding so stupid. Yeah, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Oh well, it'll be plenty of them to find. It'll be plenty of them to find. Google. Maybe if I Google it'll work. Let's see. Let's see. Can't find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna sit down and find it. Get back to these. What's the business? What's the car? I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm in AZ right now. There was a shootout between some of the cartel members and ICE over the weekend. Well, damn. Yeah, what happened at the end? There was a video on Threads. They were basically in a standoff. We were also had someone shot by ICE and is in critical condition right now. What? Let's see. Suspect. That's NBC News. I'm trying to find something that is not going to be edited. And what's crazy is I'm trying to find something about somebody being shot in Arizona. 26 violent protesters. All right, this look like this is right here. Let's see. Person in critical condition after the shooting involved border control. The shooting happened in Erika. My bad. I'm not good at that. Which is about home to 600 residents in the U.S.-Mexico border. FBI said it's investigating an alleged assault on a federal officer. One person was taken into custody. CNN reached out to Prima County Sheriff Department and U.S. Customs Protection. That's the only store. Oh, okay. This. Oh, here you go. Let's go here.
Yeah, good morning, guys. You know, we talk about how long they've been out here and the 13 hours that investigators. Let me show you one of the reasons why. Here's our AZ family drone. We're showing you in the last half hour how there was bullets all over a car that was in the driveway. But now there's all those evidence markers.
That ain't ICE related. Found it.
Involves an individual who early this morning was being pursued by a Border Patrol agent. They had belief that this individual was involved in human trafficking from an earlier incident. They recognized his vehicle, made a traffic stop. When they made that traffic stop, the lone occupant, the driver, fled on foot. The agent, the Border Patrol agent, chased after him on foot. Shortly thereafter, shots were fired from the suspect, and the agent returned fire. The suspect was hit and is currently in one of our local hospitals here being treated for his injuries. His condition, I believe, is listed as serious but stable. The agent was not injured in any way to our knowledge. This is a really ongoing investigation. There's a lot more work to do here, particularly in terms of gathering information from any witnesses and collecting and gathering physical evidence that may be out there in the field, as well as any type of video evidence that we might be able to obtain as well.
What is this story right here? Let me see what this is real quick, y'all. This was yesterday. Oh, wait while it's loading up. And all right, you took too long. I don't need to know it now.
Hey, I'm Hallie, and we begin tonight with breaking news. A number of pieces of breaking news developing in just the last little bit. Starting with that shooting involving Border Patrol, this time in Arizona, another shooting. That's where the FBI says it's investigating an alleged assault on a federal officer there with somebody in custody. Now, we haven't seen any verified video of that incident yet. No angles from eyewitnesses. Details are pretty thin at the moment, but that may change like any second because a press conference is set to begin basically now. We're going to bring that to you. We're going to bring you the updates as we get them. As you might imagine, intense spotlight on all things related to Border Patrol is coming as we have seen what has happened and what has unfolded in Minneapolis over the last 2 days. The focus there sharpening and what seems like a strategic shift from the White House after that deadly shooting involving the feds in that city. We're just learning in the last half hour or so that a federal judge in Texas has blocked the Trump administration from removing a man they detained last week with his 5-year-old son. Remember, we first told you about the feds bringing him in a few days ago. The president is saying it is time to cool the tensions. He says that we need to de-escalate, or that we are de-escalating. That's because there's been a bit of a shift in who's in charge. The guy who's been leading operations in Minnesota, that Border Patrol commander, Greg Bovino, he's expected to leave Minneapolis today. You see him there throwing something into the crowd. Some agents are also expected to leave, according to Trump administration officials. But this roster reshuffles now with another guy who's mostly been sidelined.
See him push that one for no damn reason.
According to Trump administration officials. But this roster reshuffles now with another guy who's mostly been sidelined now taking the lead. Border Czar Tom Homan. In a kind of reset, he met today with the governor and the Minneapolis mayor. That's significant, right? There's been a lot of talk about the tensions between the state, the local officials, and the feds. So now at least everybody's talking. All of this, of course, from the White House is coming after that intense backlash to the shooting and killing of Alex Preddy and the multiple videos you're seeing here that contradicted some of what the feds said originally.
See that ass whooping right here? That's what should have happened to the Somali woman's attacker. Should have been ass whooping like that.
About Preddy's death. Even before that, but after the killing of Renee Good, also in Minneapolis a few weeks ago, most adults, 58%, said ICE has gone too far. We've got team coverage. Julie Sirkin is live for us on Capitol Hill, where we are starting to see, Julie, some very notable for us on Capitol Hill.
No. The rest of that is That's 38%. They feel like ICE is right in not going for it. What the hell is that? That's out of 1,000. This is the problem right here. These folks are insane.
Too far. We've got team coverage. Julie Sirkin is live for us on Capitol Hill, where we are starting to see, Julie, some very notable sentiments coming from Republicans in the president's own party. But I want to start with Morgan Chesky, live on the ground in Minneapolis. Help us understand a couple of things here. Let's start with the breaking news on this court order related to this 5-year-old boy. You heard the president reference this child in an interview earlier on Fox News. Explain what happened and what this court order means.
Yeah, Hallie, this is 5-year-old Liam Ramos, the photo capturing him outside of his home whenever he was taken into ICE custody on January 20th went absolutely viral. And essentially what we've heard is that a judge has filed a temporary restraining order that will prevent Liam and his father from being sent out of Minnesota to a detention facility of sorts. This news is coming as we learn more about the initial circumstances that led to their detainment. And again, another case of kind of conflicting stories. A witness saying that when ICE agents approached their home there, they heard someone inside yelling, "Don't take the child." Meanwhile, a DHS spokesperson saying that Liam's father fled the scene, left Liam behind as he attempted to evade agents. So at this point, they will be remaining in Minnesota for the time being. And that's something we've learned just within the last 30 minutes or so, Hallie.
There's also obviously a shift now that has happened on the part of the White House, on the part of the Trump administration. We'll get to the politics of that in just a second with Julie Sirkin. But on the ground in Minneapolis, Morgan, you've heard the president suggest that he wants to de-escalate here. I actually think that we might have that sound from the president in that interview late today. Let me see if we can play it.
You know, we have Tom Homan there now. We put him in there. He's great. And they met with the governor, the mayor, everybody else, and we're going to de-escalate a little bit.
Why the hell? The hell they at Texas Roadhouse?
And we're going to de-escalate a little bit.
Is that sentiment, like, is that what you're seeing on the ground? Have you sensed a de-escalation with the conversations between the Minnesota governor, the Minneapolis mayor, Tom Homan, who's now come in to take the lead on this operation?
I think everyone here that I've spoken to, Hallie, who has gathered at the memorial for Alex Preddy that continues to grow by the day, they are certainly aware of this change in leadership here. They're also aware that their local leader, Mayor Jacob Fry, and at the state level, Governor Tim Walz, have spoken with Homan. Both of those men calling it a productive conversation. The governor saying it needs to be an ongoing dialogue, but the mayor making it clear that they will not uphold federal laws here. They will continue to do what they have been doing. And he said that he stressed to Mr. Homan that this ongoing action here by federal officers needs to end as soon as possible. Again, though, he did call it a productive convo. People here, Hallie, they are watching and waiting to see what comes next. I think following the death of Renee Good, people told me that they could have never imagined that could have taken place the way in which it did. Then to have the loss of Alex Preddy in this manner, with so much video captured from so many angles and such conflicting reports coming from Washington to what people witnessed with their own eyes. There is a lot of apprehension still here, as well as a feeling of fear. Cautious optimism is not something that I've encountered just yet here, Hallie.
That's wow. That is wow. Go back to the chats. Ray J has something going on with his heart, I believe, but he would be okay if he gets treatment. Let's see. Roy said, ICE is setting up in my city, 20 to 30 minutes from Detroit, and by my work, building 10,000 person holding center there. Wow. Ray J is dramatic. You can't use the word ignorant. Would replace it with hilarious. Unfortunately, he done feel for the okie doke of streaming money and shit. So he do whatever for the attention. You see he on Adam 22. Once I see somebody on Adam 22, it's a wrap. It's your soul has officially been been turned in for the chips. It's a wrap. Ain't no coming back from that. You affiliate with him on any level, you're not human anymore for me. Ray J still funny though. Alice, I ain't go that much further into it, but yeah, I was there rooting for the cartel, which is sad. It is. That's where we at. But that's how it's been in America. That's why in all the crime movies and stuff, we always be rooting for the bad guys in the crime movie because we feel like our government is even worse. Well, groups carry long guns here, but I don't think it would be stand your ground exactly. Definitely need a real threat to justify use. I think ICE will provide that real threat. It says, what's the car? Where it says, I'm half Mexican and not hiding, so it's only a matter of time. I'm willing to be detained to protect my fourth. I will protect my home from unlawful searches. My only worry is walking my dog. That's a damn shame folks can't even walk their damn dogs. That is so crazy. Crazy. And technically an essential worker with a letter and a badge, but I'm not giving shit unless I'm suspected of a crime. We got A. First off, respect you for standing up for all our rights, because when one person does it reverberates through the ether. Second of all, thank you for your work as an essential worker. We appreciate you. Let's see. Think Shannon just had borderline comedian Bert on his show telling Kid Rock stories. Who is Bert? Kid Rock. You talking about Kid Rock, Shannon? I don't really give a damn about no goddamn Kid Rock. Shannon show, I ain't never watched it before, Cat, and I gotta be honest, I be trying to catch it. Well, not be trying to, but I watched some with the Eddie, with what's his name? Day. What's it? Y'all know who I'm talking. Mike Epps. I watched some of that. I ain't watching no more of his episodes, so. Extortion plot, $10K a year to have a payback if they fire you or you quit. And to have payback, yeah. What? You talking about if you be on ice and then you quit? After that fight, it's Adam on 4. Yes, 100%. And that's the sad part about the whole situation with that man, with that whole situation. Them folks, I think they be having like, what's the word? Humiliation fetishes or domination fetishes or whatever the hell I think they turn him on. So I want to be making fun, but I be like, they enjoying this. He really thinks he's for him that is he's having a great time. Let's see. It is 10:56. I got about 5 more minutes and I'm jumping off of this. Let's see. That's 14 minutes. You know what? We go end it on this guy right here that be doing voiceovers for Transformer cartoons and stuff like that. And he be doing Megatron. Y'all know I'm a super Megatron fan. And I think I'll bounce out after that. Let's check this out.
What's this shit I hear about you riding around with Power Glide?
He's my friend. What's the problem?
Friend?
Yeah, boy, I can't have friends. What's the problem, big man?
The problem is, bitch, you don't get to have nigga friends. You lucky I let you have any motherfucking friends at all. But damn sure ain't gonna have no nigga friends.
Listen, I'll tell you the whole thing. He wanted to give me a ride to the mall, and then after that, he wanted me to come back to his hotel room to talk about his problems he had with his wife. We just friends. What's your problem? Why is you so insecure?
Well, if you hear this shit.
No, nigga, I don't understand a motherfucking word. I don't speak stupid hoe babble.
Bitch, you don't get to have nigga friend. Okay, the only friends you gonna have is bitches. It ain't gonna be no motherfucker riding no J.C. Penney either. No J.C. Penney, no T.J. Maxx, no T.D. Jakes, no Foot Locker, no Kroger's. What's the name of the other place, Wade?
City Trends.
No motherfucking City Trends. Nowhere. If I catch you out with that motherfucker again, I'm gonna leave both y'all where I find you.
Why is you so insecure? A real man wouldn't have a problem.
I'm not a man, motherfucker. I'm a transformer. So fuck out of here.
Get a big man.
Ow! Ow, goddamn it. Still, nigga. Hold on, goddamn, man. Hold on, man. Nigga, that shit hurt. Nigga, you want this tattoo or not? Oh, you know what? Never mind. Watch out, dog. Watch out. Hey, Prime, you see my car key? No, nigga. Yeah, I gotta go over here and link up with Amy, man. You know that white girl I been talking to, right? I post a picture of her on Facebook. Nigga, I don't be on fucking Facebook, nigga. Ever since Kim blocked me on there, I don't fuck with no social media. So don't ask me about no fucking Facebook. Hey, calm down, Mario. I was just asking. Anyway, I'm about to go over there now, bro. Hey, you know that storm coming, right? Oh, fuck, man. Hey, where the fuck my car key? Hey, Wade. Hey, one of y'all tell Shirley she had to leave?
Big man called and said new policy at the club, man. No fatties.
Nigga, what?
Don't look at me, man. That week he called me, said don't let no more fatties in the club.
Hold on, man. I call that nigga right now, man, 'cause that's some bullshit.
Talk to me.
Megatron, did you tell them niggas to put Shirley out the club?
Yes, nigga. The name of the club is Big Steppers, not Big Fatties. So her and all her plus-size friends need to get the fuck out.
Yo, we like them thick in here, nigga. You got some motherfucking nerve. Especially when Quisha already told her you like it when she bites your nipples and tie a rope around your neck.
Shut the fuck up talking to me about Quisha.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Oh, I love that dude's show. This show is hilarious. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for hanging with me this morning. As the days progress, there will be some type of structure formulated, but for the most part, it's gonna be me strolling through social media with a shirt and tone. Sometimes it's gonna be serious. Sometimes it's not. Who knows what's gonna happen? Hope you guys have a good rest of your day as lunch approaches. If you are in the still frozen ice areas, hey, be safe out there if you're slipping, sliding on the road. And if you are in the house, such as myself, I hope that you stocked up on some goodies. And if you are in any of the other ice areas with the actual, murder squad people, please be safe out there on some real stuff. However, y'all got to stand up for our rights. You know what I'm saying? We can't fall for the okie doke, okay? And if you are not a member of the other channel, it's called a Struggle Stream. We'll be talking about more music related stuff over there tonight. So see you over there at 7:15 ish for sure. All right. Well, you guys have a good one, and let's pray this button work over here, because if it don't, I'm gonna be very, very, very upset. And it didn't.